Good day, everyone, and good day, Sir Ernesto. Lord Ernesto. Our topic for today is theory of justice. Ang justice is isang bagay na madalas pag-usapan pero mahirap siya intindihin. In short, ang justice is tungkol sa pagbibigay ng tama sa bawat isa. Kung sa karapatan man, opportunity o paraan ng pagtrato, sa presentation na 'to, titignan natin kung ano yung iba't ibang prinsipyo and concept ng justice, lalo na kung paano ito nakakaapekto sa patas at pantay na pagtrato sa lipunan. Pag-aaralan din natin dito is yung mga theory na makakatulong para mas maintindihan kung ano talaga yung tama at makatarungan para sa lahat. Our learning objectives or learning outcomes is one is define the concept and principle of justice in relation to fairness, equality, and giving what is due. Second is identify the differentiate the various type of justice, including criminal and distributive. And last, explain the formal and material principles of justice as discussed by philosophers like Aristotle. Hindi ko na babasahin yung slide na yan kasi i-explain ko na lang siya. Yung justice, yan nakikita nyo dyan, yung justice is tungkol siya sa pagiging fair at equal ng lahat ng tao. Ibig sabihin, walang pinapanigan, walang favoritism, lahat dapat tinatrato ng pantay at may respeto. Dito pumapasok yung pantay na pamamahagi ng resources, opportunity, and karapatan ng lipunan. Kung may nararapat sa isang tao, yun yung dapat ang ibigay sa kanya. Hindi dahil sa connection, ganun, o sa pera, o sa posisyon, kundi dahil yun ang tama. Kasi, ang tunay na katarungan, like justice, hindi lang siya basta batas, kundi yung pagtrato mo sa kapwa ng may respeto at may pagkapantay-pantay. In short, treat everyone fairly, walang discrimination, bigyan ng equal opportunity sa mga trabaho, sa education, and sa serbisyo ng gobyerno. Tas irespeto yung karapatan ng bawat isa. Tas tumulong sa pagbuo ng lipunang patas at makatao, hindi patas. Kung ilalagay natin siya sa real life, sa nangyayari sa Pilipinas, kung titignan natin, nangyayari ngayon sa bansa natin, ang hirap hanapan ng justice kasi maraming Pilipino nagtatrabaho araw-gabi, pero kulang pa rin yung kita para sa basic needs nila. Parang samantalang yung mga nasa taas, parang sagana pa rin kahit walang masyadong ambag. Yung iba nga grabe na yung effort pero hindi man lang naramdaman na pantay yung trato sa kanila. Tapos minsan kung sino pa yung may connection o may pera, sila pa yung nauuna sa trabaho, sa healthcare, sa hustisya. Paano naman yung mga ordinaryong Pilipino na kagaya namin, kagaya ng mga teachers, kagaya mo sir, di ba? Hindi pantay. Kaya kung tutusin, hindi pa talaga pantay yung sistema dito sa Pilipinas. Kasi kung tunay na may hustisya, dapat lahat may equal chance mabuhay ng maayos. Hindi lang yung dahil may kaya ka, dahil may pera ka, dapat lahat parehas. Hindi ko na rin babasahin niya. I-explain ko na lang siya. Justice, yung nakalagay dyan, justice is to give what is due. Fairness, equality, ganon. The word justice came from Latin word just, meaning right or tama. Yung pagbibigay ng tama and nararapat sa bawat isa. Pero, sa totoo lang, nasan ba talaga yung hustisya ngayon? Totoo yun. Ang daming ghost projects, ang taas ng tax, pero wala namang tayong nararamdamang pagbabago, di ba, Arch? Mga politiko natin na parang multo, biglang lumalabas tuwing eleksyon pero nawawala. Bigla. Makakuha lang ng pera, wala na agad. Gets? Tapos yung mga nasa taas, nakakaligo ng pera, samantalang yung mga nasa baba, nalulunod sa utang at mataas na bilihin. Di ba, Arch? Justice is supposed to be mean give what is due. Pero bakit parang iba-iba yung sukatan ng due depende kung sino ka sa lipunan? Totoo 'yun. May mga nakakuha ng hustisya agad dahil may pera o kaya may connection, habang yung mga mahihirap o yung mga ordinaryong Pilipino lamang o mga mamamayan naghihintay ng taon para lang mapansin ng kaso. Ito ba yung sinasabing patas? So, wala tayong dito, walang maayos na justice sa lahat unless may pera ka. Kung ganito yung hustisya, parang mas tama ng sabihin na dito sa atin na ang batas ay para lang sa may kaya at may pera. Like legit lang, tol. Next, Erica.
Okay, Mina. So, good day everyone. So, in my part naman po, we'll be talking about kung anong ibig sabihin ng justice and kung bakit super importante nito sa lipunan natin. So, justice is what keeps peace and order in the community, and it helps us to know what is right, what is fair, and what every person truly deserves. Since like nire-remind din tayo nito to treat others properly, to respect people's right, and to give what's due to each person. So, let's start with the meaning of justice. Kahit na-explain naman na kanina, pero ulitin ko. Pero iba naman to. Okay, gets nyo ba? So, justice is generally thought to be giving others their due. So, and nga, according to this slide, justice means giving others what they are due. Or kaya, like, binibigay kung ano yung nararapat para sa kanila. Justice is about fairness and equality, like treating everyone equally without bias or discriminations. Tapos, sabi rin dito sa slide, yung justice daw is nabugay siya into a different senses. So, let's talk about them one by one. First is the most narrowly as fulfilling responsibilities prior to any undertakings. So sabi nga dito, nakikita niya yung justice as fulfilling responsibilities before doing anything else. Meaning ginagawa muna natin yung mga responsibility natin bago tayo mag-demand ng karapatan natin. For example, as a students, di ba, our duty is to study, submit our requirements, and follow school rules. So when we do that, we are already practicing justice because we are being fair in our role. Next is more widely as being fair perhaps to others. More widely as being fair perhaps to perhaps to others. So yung ibig sabihin naman nato yung nakikita niyo yung justice as being more fair and upright in dealing with other people. Ito yung hindi tayo bias, hindi tayo mapang-abuso, marunong tayo ng respeto sa iba. Like for example, may classmate tayong iba yung opinion niya sa opinion natin, pero pinapakinggan pa rin natin siya ng may respeto. Dahil since naman tayo may karapatang makinig, and that's already a form of justice kasi patas at tama yung trato natin sa ibang tao. And next is quite generally as acting uprightly in any way of actions bearing on others. So dito naman nakikita niyo yung justice as acting uprightly and morally, sabi nga sa slide, doing the right thing in all our actions, especially kung yung decisions natin is makaka-affect na sa other people. Kapag kunwari may pagkakataon na like gagawa tayo ng mali pero mas pinipili pa rin natin gawin yung tama, yun yung ng hustisya para sa generals. And last naman is itong biblically from a biblical perspective, guys, justice also means goodness and holiness, meaning hindi lang siya about sa law and punishment but about moral goodness, yung paggawa ng mabuti hindi lang dapat sa harap ng tao kundi sa mata ng Diyos. And however, most philosophers use the term justice in a more specific sense that was referred to as rightness in people's interactions and interrelations. So, ayun nga, according to philosophers, justice is about rightness in people's interactions and relationships. Meaning kung paano tayo makasalumuha sa kapwa natin ng may respeto at pagkapantay-pantay. Thus, ayun nga daw, thus it's rightfully correct to say that sometimes the word justice overlap with the word right. Kaya ayun nga, minsan sinasabi na nila na yung salitang justice is halos kapareha lang sa salitang right because both are doing what is morally correct. So overall, guys, justice is not about law or punishment. It's about living rightly, acting fairly, and giving each person what they truly deserve. So lagi lang natin tatandaan, guys, na if there is justice, there is peace, respect, and equality in our society. So next, so now let's proceed to the three main types of justice. These are criminal justice, rectificatory justice, and distributive justice. First, we have criminal justice. Criminal justice refers to the infliction of punishment or penalty proportionate to the crime committed. In other words, no exemption in merited penalty. So, this type of justice is about punishment and penalties that match the crime committed. Ibig sabihin, kapag may ginawa kang kasalanan, dapat may karampatang parusa, walang exemption, walang pinoprotektahan. For example, for example, if a person commits theft or any other crime, that they must face the correct punishment according to the law. Criminal justice shows that no one is above the law. Like kahit sino ka pa, mayaman ka man or mahirap, kapag lumabag ka sa batas, dapat kang maparusahan ng naayon sa ginawa. Since yung main purpose kasi nila is to maintain peace and order in our society. Because when people know that every action has a consequences, they become more disciplined and respectful of the law. So in short, yung criminal justice means fairness and accountability under the law. Minimake sure nila na lahat is natitreat equally and that like nasa-serve yung justice. Next, let's move to the justificatory justice. Refers to the just compensation for transactional problems such as breaches of contract and practice based on civil law. Rectify the person who did not observe his or her word of honor. So, this type of justice focuses on fixing and correcting wrongs between people and restoring fairness. Ano siya, hindi lang siya about sa punishment, but more about making things right again. Like for example, if someone breaks a promise, damages someone's property, or kaya fails to fulfill a contract, ganon, they must correct it. Like kunwari, pagka 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 naka pagka naka-damage ka ng property, ganon, you can correct it by paying, ganon, or kaya replacing, ganon. Tapos sa contract naman, pagka hindi mo na-fulfill yun, you can correct it by fulfilling the agreement or the part of agreement na hindi mo na-fulfill. So, rectificatory justice is common in civil law, katulad ng mga business contracts, property issues, or damages, since yung main goal kasi nila is to restore balance and fairness between both sides. So to put it honestly, guys, yung rectificatory justice means correcting mistakes and bringing back what's fair and right without like punishment, ganun. So parang dinadaan mo na siya sa pakiusap. And lastly naman, yung distributive justice. So, distributive justice, it refers to fair, equitable, and appropriate distribution or responsibilities or share or rights and roles, resources, privilege. Ito naman yung this kind of justice, guys, talks about fair sharing. Like kung paano hinahati yung mga resources, yung mga responsibilities, and yung opportunities sa community. Like, it doesn't always mean equals, but it means fair because sometimes equality and fairness are not the same. Like, kunwari, for example, may libreng bakuna. So, dapat lahat ng bata is makakatanggap. Ayun yung tinatawag nating equality. Pero, kung kulang yung bakuna, kailangan natin unahin yung matatanda or yung mga babies. And that's fairness according to needs. Ayun, tapos, like, kunwari, sa PhilHealth, di ba may benefits doon na pagka nagbabayad ka, makakuha ka ng mga medical benefits. Pag nagbabayad ka, makakuha ka ng mga medical benefits, gano'n. And ayun yung fairness according to this contribution, gano'n. Tas meron namang fairness according to merit, like kunwari pagka sa scholarship binibigay lang yun sa mga deserving na students, 'di ba? So ayun nga, ibig sabihin hindi laging pantay pero dapat laging makatarungan. So distributive justice makes sure that everyone gets what right what's right for them based on needs, effort, and contributions, since it helps keep society balanced and inclusive, where kung saan lahat ng tao is nakakuha ng fair chances and walang naiiwan. So to make it simple, guys, distributive justice is about being fair in giving and sharing so that everyone receives what they deserve, not too much, pero hindi din ganun ka liit. So ayun nga, to summarize everything, justice means doing what is right, being fair to others, and giving everyone what they deserve. So ayan, justice teaches us that being fair isn't just about following the law. It's also about having respect, morality, and kindness sa mga actions natin. And that's it. Thank you.
So, ayun, next is the formal principle of justice. So, di ko na rin babasahin yung PPT. Ang sabi lang dyan, ayon daw kay Aristotle sa Nicomachean Ethics, yung justice daw dapat ay ganito. Yung mga equal dapat i-treat equally. At yung mga unequal naman is dapat din i-treat unequally. Ibig sabihin, fair treatment based sa level ng pagiging magkakatulad or magkakaiba ng mga tao. So, bakit tinatawag na formal? Tinatawag itong formal kasi walang specific criteria kung paano ito i-determine kung sino yung equal at sino yung unequal. Kumbaga parang template lang siya. Sinasabi niya na dapat fair ka, pero hindi niya sinasabi kung ano ba talaga yung basehan ng fairness. So yung example niyan is, wait lang. Example niyan is, 'di ba, may dalawang estudyanteng parehong late na pumasok sa klase. Since equal sila sa violation, dapat pareho silang maka-receive ng warning. So, yun yung treating equals equally. Pero kung yung isa namang estudyante is hindi naman late, syempre dapat hindi siya bibigyan ng punishment kasi unequal sila sa situation. Dapat unequal din yung treatment. So, hindi fair kung paparusahan mo yung isang estudyante kahit iba naman yung ginawa nila. So now sa material principle of justice naman, sinasabi lang sa material principle of justice, dapat yung resources, dapat yung resources, benefits, and responsibilities sa society ay hinahati-hati ng patas based sa makatwirang dahilan. Hindi lang siya general rule tulad ng formal principle. Sa material principle, dapat may specific basis kung bakit mas marami o mas kaunti yung natatanggap ng isang tao depende sa equal share, need, o contribution. Kumbaga, may clear na criteria. So, yung number 1 is yung to each person and equal share. So, ibig sabihin dyan, lahat ng tao sa society dapat makatanggap ng pantay-pantay na resources o serbisyo. Walang special treatment. So, dapat equal for everyone. So, example niyan is free immunization para sa lahat ng bata below 7 years old. Walang pinipili, basta bata ka at below 7, pasok ka doon. Ang iba pang example is yung public education. Siyempre, lahat naman tayong mga tao is may karapatan para makapag-aral. Kahit sino ka pa, kahit mayaman, mahirap, dapat meron kang access sa edukasyon. So, number 2 is to each person according to need. Diyan naman, yung resources ay binibigay based sa kailangan ng isang tao. Yung mas nangangailangan, syempre, sila yung dapat mas unang makatanggap. So, example is yung may shortage ng hepatitis B vaccine. So, syempre, uunahin nila yung mga high-risk groups and health workers kasi mas need nila ng protection. So, sila yung priority. Siyempre, yung principle niyan is hindi fair na lahat ay pareho kung may iba na mas nangangailangan. Distribute based sa urgency ng pangangailangan. And last is to each person according to contribution. So, sa principle na yan is yung benefits ay binibigay based sa naambag o contribute ng isang tao sa sistema o society. Example is PhilHealth members lang, yung ano yun, PhilHealth members lang ng PhilHealth ang puwedeng gumamit ng benefits. Kung hindi ka nagbabayad o hindi member, siyempre wala kang coverage. Gano'n din sa SSS, GCIS, yung yung nagko-contribute lang yung may pension or benefits. So, yung principle is to get what you paid for or what you contributed. Hindi laging puwedeng free rider. So, in summary, yung una, yung equal share is pantay-pantay lahat. So, yung next is yung according to need, priority yung mas nangangailangan or in other words, equity siya. And last, yung three is yung according to contribution, ang magkakaroon ng benefits is yung nagko-contribute. Yun lang.
Hello, hi sir, I'm Joshua Vergara po. Hi sir, I'm Joshua Vergara po and let's continue po sa material principle of justice. Number 4 is to each person according to pre-market exchanges. So ibig sabihin nito is this means that what a person get depends on what they can fairly trade or earn in a pre-market. So, in simple terms, kung ano ang kaya mong i-offer, yun din yung makukuha mo in return. So, if you sell a good product to that people, you want to earn more. But if there's no demand, you earn less. So, it's based on idea of fairness through voluntary exchange. Walang sapilitan, lahat may choice. So, number 5 naman po is to each person according to merit. This principle focuses on deservingness. Ibig sabihin those who perform better or show greater ability deserve more rewards or recognition. For example, in school, the student with the highest performance gets the award. In a company, the most productive employee gets promoted. So, yun yung mga example doon. It's justice based on what you proven yourself capable of. So, number 6 naman, to each person according to effort. Ito naman yung mga nakabase sa hard work rather than talent or outcome. Even if someone didn't get the best result basta nagpakita ng tunay na effort, they still deserve fair recognition. Now, let's move to the claim of policy. This part focuses on the ethical decision and action that deals with how limited resources should be distributed, especially in healthcare. The key question here isn't just should we limit or prioritize resources, but rather how should we do it fairly. Since yung resources is limited, kailangan ng systematic and ethical approach sa pag-allocate ng tulong or benefits. For example, in healthcare, there are 3 levels of allocation. Macro level, how much of the national budget should go to healthcare? Meso level, how should resources be divided among hospital or programs? Micro level, who among the patients should receive treatment first? Supplies are when the supplies are limited. These are real ethical issues kasi it's not only about saving resources, it's about saving lives. And the goal of the claim of policy is to ensure fairness, transparency, and morality in making these tough decisions. So overall, the material principles guide us how to be fair, while the claim of policies teaches us when and why fairness must be applied, especially in real life issues like healthcare and social justice. Yun lang po. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. Let's move on the allocation of scarce resources or the triage. So, yung triage is basically yung pag-prioritize ng mga patients kapag kulang yung resources sa hospital. Like kulang yung medicines, kama, doktor, or equipments na ginagamit sa loob ng hospital. Kasi hindi lahat agad agad-agad mabibigyan ng treatment or mapapagamot. Kaya kailangan may decision making muna kung sino yung uunahin based sa tindi ng lagay nila. And there are 3 levels of them po. We have the emergency, priority, and non-urgent. Emergency, ito yung mga patients na critical na talaga yung lagay, as in seconds matter. Kailangan agad i-treat kasi nasa life and death situation na sila. Next naman is yung priority. Ito naman yung mga medyo seryoso pero stable pa. Kailangan pa rin ng mabilis na treatment kasi may possibility pa rin na lumala yung lagay nila. And lastly, sa non-urgent, sila yung mga hindi gaanong malala pero kaya standby muna or kaya pa nilang maghintay. But in reality, in our country, minsan pera and connection pa rin yung nagdidikta kung sino yung mauuna. Like, isipin natin, may dalawang patients, pareho yung lagay nila, pareho kailangan gamutin, yung isa may pambayad, then yung isa ay wala. Sino kadalasang mauuna? Siyempre, yung may pambayad. Masakit pa ron is kung wala kang pera or backer, parang wala kang karapatang mabuhay. At ganun talaga yung sistema ng Pilipinas or yung bansa natin. Hindi lang kulang sa resources, kundi kulang sa justice. Ang dapat binibase sa urgency, nagiging base sa kung sino ang may kaya. Kaya nga kung iisipin natin, ang triage dapat patas. Kasi bawat buhay, talaga. Hindi dapat sinusukat ng pera or posisyon or estado ng buhay kung sino yung uunahin. Kasi lahat ng tao ay karapatang mabigyan ng chance buhay. Next. So next naman is yung allocation. So yung allocation, basically, to allocate, it means to distribute or to divide something fairly. Patas, kumbaga. Sabi ni na Beauchamp and Childress, allocation is all about dividing or distributing resources. Pero hindi lang laging may isang tao or sistema na nagdidesisyon kung sino yung mauna. Minsan, kahit sa market system, nangyayari na yung allocation. Kaya ng kung sino ang may pambayad, siya ang nakakuha ng unang serbisyo. And there are 2 types of allocation, macro allocation and micro allocation. Macro allocation decisions determine the funds to be expected and the goods to be made available as well as the method of distribution. So sabi dito, yung macro allocation daw is yung malaking desisyon ng government or ng society kung gaano karaming funds or resources yung ilalaan sa iba't ibang pangangailangan. For example, itong persyento na to ay i-distribute siya sa national budget papunta sa healthcare, education, and infrastructure. So in this part, yung government yung nagde-decide kung gaano kalaki yung ibibigay sa health programs and kung paano ito i-divide. Like kung gaano karami para sa public hospitals, vaccines, or mental health services. Sunod naman is yung micro-allocation. Micro-allocation is the decisions determine who will receive the particular scarce resources. Sabi rito, micro-allocation naman is yung specific level. Ito na yung kung sino mismo makakatanggap ng tulong or ng pondo na dapat paglaanan. For example, kung may 5 patients pero 3 lang yung available na oxygen or ventilator, sino yung unahin? Ito yung level na parang pinakamahirap i-decide kasi lahat buhay yung nakataya. Kasi in reality, minsan may sistema na hindi pa rin pantay yung allocation. Sa macro level, yung budget sa healthcare minsan maliit. Tapos ang lalaki ang napupunta sa ibang bagay na hindi naman urgent or necessary. Sa micro level naman, yung may mga pera, connection, or kilala sa loob, or yung may backer, sila pa rin yung nauuna. Tapos tayong mga ordinaryong mamamayan, minsan nauuwi na lang sa pila or sa paghahantay or sa dasal na sana kami rin mapansin. Ganun. At kung isipin natin, dapat yung allocation hindi lang based sa pera or power na hawak ng isang tao. Dapat based sa pangangailangan and sa katarungan or yung justice nga. And in our system, sana like parang dumating yung araw na hindi na kailangang may pera para makakuha ng tulong kasi lahat naman tayo may karapatang mabuhay ng patas. Kaya nga maraming nagsasabi na justice is giving what is due to others. And that ends our presentation for today po.
Thank you po, sir. Thank you po, sir.